Hello and welcome to Daniel. Today I will guide you through the Mensa.dk IQ test that is freely available on their website. I will put a link down in the description. Today I'll be speaking English and I hope the Swedish listener can bear with me. And I also hope that the English listener can bear with me that this is not my mother tongue. So let's dig into the question number 14 to 26. The first 13 questions, I have made a video. It is in Swedish, but I think you can probably get some of the reasoning anyway. So let's get started. So if we start with question number 14. So I think you can have a look at the problem yourself first and think about how you would solve it. You have all the alternatives down below and the question at the top. So if I would solve this, I will put it into columns and into rows. A, B column, and the last one is a put together of the first two columns. So if you put column A and B together, you get the figure in the last column, A plus B. And the same thing happens in the rows. So if you put row C together with row D, you will get the last one. So A plus B will result in this. This one plus this one will result in this, and this one plus this one will result in this. And the overlapping is important here because you can see here that you have a line going from top to bottom and also here a line going from top to bottom. And as they are appearing on both of the figures, it is removed on the result. So therefore, G is the right answer. And this is a very common type of problem. You will see it coming up later. And many of the types of problem that are appearing are repetitions with different figures. You should just know what you're looking for. So let's have a look at this again. Please try to solve it. You can pause the video. And again, I will create a column A, B and A plus B and a row C, D and C plus D. So again, we are putting together, if we take this in the upper left together with the one below, it will result in the bottom. The other thing to, you can also take the top and the bottom and get what is in the middle. Or the A column and the A plus B column and you get what is in the middle. And again, overlapping is removed, as you can see in the middle column. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Well, I have a look at this one. Try for yourself first. This is another type of problem. So what happens here is you have something in the column A and something in the column B, and you have a composition of those two into column C or AB column, as I'm calling this. So we're putting something, the A1, into the B1 and getting the result. So we're putting a triangle into a circle into a square, the square inside a triangle. Therefore, the answer is B. Question number 17. This is also another type of problem. Here we have a red dot among 8 blue dots in a 3x3 matrix. So the red square is the important part here. It is moving clockwise, so upper left, right, down right, upright, right, down right, down, down left, left, up left, up. If you would have a clock, it would be like this. Maybe it's hard to understand. So what we will see is this red dot move to the upper right again, and F is the right answer. And again, try to think for yourself here. What can we do? We're going back to the old problem. We have a column A, B, and something that is put together of those two, and the overlapping is removed. So if we have a circle and a square inside a circle, we will only get a circle. If we get a circle and a square with a circle inside, we only get a square. So either we can solve it from the row or from the column. Either way, we have a square and a square with a circle, which means the square is removed and it's just a dot left. So the answer is E. Question number 19. So back to the dots. Now we have two dots. And you can think for yourself. The red squares move together all the time. And either you can see it as they're moving as the earlier problem. This time they're moving row by row, one step each. So they move one step to the right, and then one is falling down to the next row, moving one step to the right, one step to the right, one is moving down one row, one step to the right, one step to the right. Or you can look at it column-wise and see they are moving down, moving down, moving down. And as this one reaches the bottom, it will move up again, and this one will go down. Or in this on this side, it will move one to the right, and one will pop out and to the beginning. So therefore, we will have B as the right answer. This one is a new type of problem. Think for yourself. It can be tricky. I've seen some explanation of this which I do not agree with. But this one is quite good. You can divide it into diagonals, and you can see those with the same color have the same type. So the green diagonal will have a pair, and on the opposite side a single. And the red lines will be of the same. So now we know that it will be something like that look like this on the red line here. But which one? So we look at the diagonal on the other side. And then we see we have green on the green line, red on the red line, and blue on the blue line. Repetition. So now we know we have what type we have and what color we have. And then we have two left to decide between. And one explanation could be that they are rotating. So if you look at this single here in the middle, it's rotating 1, 2, 3 to come down one row, and it will rotate 1, 2, 3 on the third row, which means that number C is the correct answer. But I never solved it really that way. I think it's easier to solve it like this. I saw a pattern with colors. So each one that is the same type, that's the first thing. I wanted to have 3 of each color and 3 of each type. And the other thing was that I saw that there are 9 spaces in the flower. And I wanted the color to fill all the spaces. And I have filled them here for you so you can see that green, blue, and red creates a fully colored flower. And that goes for the other type as well. And then we had the third type, which we don't know how it should look like. But if you look here, you will get the same type if you grab the number C here. And I think this is probably the better way to do it. Question number 21. This one is another type as well. Take a look at it first as yourself and see if you can solve it. So, when you move from the left to the right or top to the bottom, the square, or the cross, will remain the same. And then the angles, the circle parts, will cramp to the middle, moving from left to right or top to bottom. So it will look something like this. Or really it will, from the left to the right it will cramp together, and from the top to the bottom it will add more. So we will have something that looks like the A. Maybe someone else has a better explanation. Number 22. Here you can think for yourself first. You have some hints about how the flower problem was solved. Yes, we will use the diagonals. So the blue will be of the same type, and the green will be of the same type, and the red will be of the same type. So now we know the type, the yellow part. So now we need to know the border. Is there a border? Is there a red circle or a red square? So we look at the other diagonal, and now we see the green ones have no border, the red ones have a red square, which is what we're looking for. So we have a yellow, something cross-like, with a red square as border. My alternative to find a solution to this, if you don't want to use the diagonals, which I rarely have used before, is to look how many is there of each type. So we're missing one of those. We have 3 of the others, 3 of the others, and only 2 of these. So in my mind, we're missing one. And how many of the border types do we have? We have 3 that is without border, 3 that is a circled border, and 2 that is a squared border. So with that logic, we will still get the same result. So the answer is E. Question number 23. Take a look at it, see if you can solve it. So again, we look at the diagonals, and this time we look at how the top part will be. Will it be closed? Will it be partly open, or will it be wide open? So in this case, it will be partly open. And then we look at the diagonals on the other side, and we will see how the bottom will be. Will it be like a U? Will it be widened, or will it be like a half circle or moon? And in this case, it will be widened opened with a partly opened top. Therefore, the answer is E. Question number 24. Have a look at it, see if you can solve it. Again, we can take the diagonals, or we can use my other type logic and to find what is missing. In this case, we will see that those with green ones have a bordered circle on the outside. Those with the blue had a bordered circle inside, and those with the red had a filled circle and on the inside. And if we look at the other diagonal, we will have green color for circle, triangle for red, which means we will find a triangle with a filled circle inside. The other way to find a solution is again to look at how many we have of each shape and how many we have of each circle inside. We only have 2 triangles, but we have 3 squares and 3 circles, which means we're missing 1 triangle. And we have 3 shapes with a circle on the outside. We have 3 shapes with a circle on the inside, but only 2 shapes with a filled circle on the inside, which means also again this will lead us to answer number C. Number 25. Take a good look. This one has seen solutions which I think is false, but please write in the comments if you think I'm wrong. So let's go with it. I think that the inner circle rotates clockwise into 4 corners: upper right, lower down, down right, down left, upper left. So we have upper right, down left, upper right, down left, upper left, which means we will end with this inner circle in the upper right. So how will we now find out which color it should be? Is it a black or white inner and outer circle? And in this case, I find it that if the little circle inside is on the top, it is black, and the big circle is white. In this case, the circle will be in the top right, which means that it will be a big white circle with a little black dot. I think this is the best solution. Upper right, small balls. So the answer is F. And then we have number 26. again something a bit different than the others. See if you can solve it. So if you look at this, there is something happening on each image, and it's moving, and it's strange because you have something just like a line on the top left, and then you all of a sudden have 3 lines, and then they're moving. The easiest way is probably to see what happens on the upper right image and the second row first image. This problem is composed of 9 red dots with 3 moving parts, 3 moving lines, or you can call it. So they are all rotating clockwise, moving, they are fixed to the middle row red dots, and then they are moving to the next dot as we go from upper left, upper middle, upper right, middle left, middle, middle, middle right. So the easiest way to see this is the upper right to the middle left, which I show here on the right side. You can see here that we have a double shape rod in the middle, which will bend to the diagonal, and on each side they will flip from the first one from the lower left to the upper left, and on the other side it's already standing on the top and need to rotate down. So with this in mind, going from the last row, middle, it will rotate one more. The middle part in that one will be standing on the line, horizontal line, and the other parts will stand on each side. And that is the solution to these problems. Please write what you think about this video in the comments below. I will link to the whole test in the description. And please hit the subscribe and the bell icon to get notified of more videos. Have a nice day.